Last week, Brittany Weiner took you into a manhole with Bend utility workers. Tonight, she takes you below the streets again, but this time into some restaurant grease traps. Brittany.
Alicia, fog or fats, oils, and grease can be a big problem if they get into our sewer lines. But in Bend, there's one woman who works to prevent that from happening.
Yummy.
Oakley Taylor calls herself the Grease Queen.
Hold your nose.
Not because she's a fan of fried food, but because she runs the fog or fats, oils, and grease program for the city of Bend.
Your grease in your restaurant, it's like garbage out on the street. Everybody has to be responsible for their own.
Taylor helps them do that.
Since we've been doing the fog program, we've reduced a lot of grease going into the sewer line by about 60%.
Taylor is an industrial pre-treatment technician. Her job is to organize cleaning records for restaurant grease traps and grease interceptors.
I tend to breathe out of my mouth when I open these.
What can be a very stinky process.
This is the aftermath. This is the remnants of what we take in.
She takes samples of the accumulation in those traps and interceptors.
This one looks good. It's under 50%, which is the requirement.
Fats, oils, and grease can be a major problem for Bend's sewer system.
The grease is very corrosive to a lot of the sewer lines, especially when it sits in there, and it can accumulate and cause sewer blockages.
This can lead to sewer overflows, but it can all be prevented with education for restaurant owners and even homeowners.
We really try to stress that people need to scrape and wipe and not rinse going into their drain to keep a lot of that, the food solids and the grease, out of the sewer system. Just have it go to the landfill.
A crucial and sometimes dirty job that keeps Bend from sliding down a slippery slope. All I can say is you were very lucky you could not smell any of that video. Now, the two restaurants I visited that day are on a regular grease trap schedule. Taylor says if all restaurants stay on the required schedule, it prevents fog from getting into those sewers.